Hello everybody, my name is Scooby and welcome back to another video, and today we're talking about MILS plates in LEGO. So we're going to be going through what a MILS plate is, what it's used for, and well, also be as the video progresses you'll see how a MILS plate is built and what you need for a MILS plate. So starting off with, what is a MILS plate? A MILS plate is a plate within the LEGO building world, which is kind of cool. So a MILS plate stands for Modular Integrated Landscape System, which means that it's modular, so you can design it in any sort of way. It's a pretty cool system. It's an integrated system. Lots and lots of builders use it. It's also all about landscaping, so designing really cool dioramas, and landscapes is what it's primarily used for. So let's move on to what is a MILS plate used for. Well, most builders use them in their big LEGO dioramas that you see at things such as conventions and all sorts like that, LEGO cities. That is sort of the main bread and butter that the MILS plate is used for, to build landscapes, dioramas. They're often designed using either the 32 stud base plates or the big 48 stud base plates. So let's move on to what you need to build a MILS plate. So the parts you need to make a basic MILS plate are as follows. Number one, you need a base plate. Usually it'll either be the 32 stud base plate or the 48. I'm using the 32 stud base plate in this video because I attempted to build with the parts I ordered for the big plate and I didn't have enough parts lying around to cover the entire 48 stud base plate. And this also works out better for my camera, because I couldn't get the camera high enough to fully have the 48 stud base plate in. Either way, enough about my terrible filming skills and being useless at maths. So the primary parts you need: base plate, either the 32 or the 48 stud base plate. You need bricks. So the two sort of types of bricks you'll generally need are sort of 1 by whatevers, 1 by 4s, 1 by 6s. You'll need a ton of those, basically enough to go around the outside. So realistically you need probably 4 1 by 2s, and a number of 1 by 4s probably are the best to keep it sort of simple. Another thing is, some of these ones on the ends, and these 1 by whatever length you decide for your base plate, really should be Technic pieces. Technic pieces allows you to basically put some Technic pins into the plates, and you can add multiple plates together. So for example, instead of having a 32 by 32 stud base plate, you can have a 64 by 64 stud base plate by putting 4 32s together. Or again, you could do a 96 by 96 for the 48 stud base plates. Or you can expand that even further and do whatever. You can do a 128 by 128 if you wanted, or any size really, with using Technic parts. The next thing you realistically and definitely need structurally is bricks. You need a ton of bricks. Personally, I think the best way to use these, the best and probably the cheapest way, is to use any sort of, doesn't matter the colour, doesn't matter the shape, is to either use 2 by 2s, so little 4 stud 2 by 2s, which I think are the best for it, or you can use 2x4s as well. But there's a good chance you'll use more 2x4s because you'll have to do them in one solid line depending on the size of plate that you're using. So the last and final thing you need is a ton of plates. Now to make mine it's super strong, I decided to go with 4x4 stud plates and do it that way. But you can really go any size of plate you want, it just depends on your budget. You can do 8x8, you can do, 16x16 is probably the best way to do it. If you really wanted to cover a 32 stud plate really easily and quickly, you could probably do a 16x16. Either way, it is up to you how you build it inside. Either way is, although you've got to make sure that each plate overlaps at least by one stud, so that there is sort of, it's fixed to the edge, then it's able to overlap and reach the next part. If you repeat the process that I've just showed you on screen and cover an entire base plate, the base plate will be incredibly strong. Now, I don't have any other base plates and I don't really have any use for MILS plate really, other than maybe displaying the odd Lego model on top of it. So I decided to put just these 1x4s and 1x2s with the front facing studs on it, so at some point in the future if I want to just add plate 1x whatevers along the front, I can, to make it even stronger. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please leave a like. There is more stuff coming hopefully, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.